There's a moment after the mask comes off that doesn't get talked about very much. It's quiet, it's honest, and sometimes it's a little disorienting because once you see yourself clearly, you can't unsee yourself. And yet, life doesn't always change at the same pace your inner world does. That's what today is about. Welcome, everybody, back to the Soul Talk podcast, where conversations intersect with the body, mind, and spirit. I'm Mary Beth Rim. I'm a mental health therapist. I'm a coach. I'm a runner. And today, we're closing the final chapter of our Unmasking and Be Yourself series. Not with fireworks, not with a big aha, but with something quieter, something more honest, a pause. So let's acknowledge the journey. Over the past 12 weeks, you've been invited, gently, intentionally, to look at the masks you've worn. The ones that helped you survive. The ones that helped you belong. The ones that once felt necessary and maybe don't anymore. You've explored where you learn to hide, how your body holds truth, what authenticity really costs, and what it gives back. The courage it takes to be seen, even by yourself. And if you're feeling a mix of relief, tenderness, grief, and strength right now, that makes sense. Because unmasking isn't a performance. It's a reckoning. And it's also a homecoming. And if you've been with me through this series, I'd love for you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you can continue on this journey with me. So let's go ahead and normalize the after. Here's the part I really want to name today. Unmasking doesn't mean you suddenly know exactly how to live. Sometimes it means you feel a little unsure. And that's okay. A little quieter. A little less interested in explaining yourself. You might notice old roles don't fit the same way. Certain conversations feel harder or unnecessary. You're more aware of what drains you. You need more space, more rest, more truth. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means your nervous system is catching up to your honesty. And that's not something to rush. So what's the key insight here? Unmasking is not a finish line. It's a doorway. And the question that naturally follows it, who should I become now? It's this. How do I live as who I already am? How do I move through my days without armor, set boundaries without hardening, choose myself without burning bridges, stay connected without abandoning myself? That's not about discovering more. That's about embodying what's already true. So, which brings me to what comes next and our next series. We're shifting gently, intentionally, from uncovering to integration, from insight into embodiment, from unmasking to living unmasked. The next chapter is called Living Unmasked, Embodying Who You've Become. And this series isn't about fixing yourself. It's not about pushing growth. It's about learning how to feel safe in your body again. Let your nervous system settle into the truth. Live your values in quiet, practical ways. Choose alignment over performance. This is about real life, real relationships, real movement, real rest. So here I want to reassure you that you don't need to have it all figured out to keep going. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to be healed. You don't need to be fully authentic every moment of the day. You just need willingness. Willingness to listen. Willingness to pause. Willingness to stay connected to yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. That's enough. So here's an invitation for you. As we close this series, I want to invite you to do one thing this week. Notice where you no longer want to perform. Notice where your body softens when you stop explaining. Notice what feels quietly true. That's where your life is already changing. And if these conversations have supported you, grounded you, or helped you feel a little less alone on your path, I'd love for you to stay connected. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you'll also find companion meditations that go along with each week's series. They're there to help you integrate this work, not just mentally, but physically and emotionally. And of course, follow along here as we step into living unmasked together. So this isn't the end of the road. This isn't the end of your becoming. It's the beginning of living from what's real. Thank you so much for walking this part of the path with me. And I'll meet you in the next chapter. I'm Mary Beth Rim. Until next time.